Excited about this. This game is a remake of an old game, and the old game, the original, came out on Apple II, probably 45 years ago, maybe early 80s anyway. And this is Wizardry, and I was gonna do a whole video on this, but I decided to do a live stream, just wing it, because basically it's less time to do a live stream, and just to wing it. I've got a lot to say about it. So this is a dungeon crawling game. This is very, very much based on D&D, old D&D, and you basically run into creatures. And over there in the corner, you can see there's a little white grid. That's what it used to look like back in the Apple II day. And I can expand the size of that. That's what it used to look like. And of course, this is what it looks like now. So, obviously the graphics have improved, but they based the game off the code for the original. Off the original Apple II. So they gave it some life, quality of life enhancements, obviously the graphics, but also some of the gameplay as well. They made it better and easier. For one thing, you get a map. See my map over there on the corner on the right, left? I can also look at... So you do get a map. You didn't get a map in the original, and that was really, really tough, because this game is hard as hell without having a map, because you could basically die from one encounter. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. You run into a group of enemies that are too strong for you, and you're toast. So this game is tough. It retains the toughness, the difficulty from the original, and basically I've been playing for a while, so my guys are a little stronger than, right out of the start gate. But you have to watch out. You can't just jump right to the end and hope to survive. So there's a bit of dungeon crawling in it. There is some grinding to it, but it is a fun game to play. And if you have played old D&D, you'll recognize a lot of the stuff in this. The races, for instance, of the characters that you can select, they're all the D&D races. You've got a human, elf, gnome, dwarf, half-elf, or halfling, which is like a hobbit. They just don't use the word hobbit because they don't, I guess they don't want to get sued by Tolkien's estate. But it's also the stats for the characters, they're very similar. You've got strength, you've got agility instead of dexterity, you've got vitality instead of constitution, you've got your intellect instead of intelligence, piety instead of wisdom. So the stats are pretty much the same. They go to 18. So it's the same thing. You have an armor class in this, and the armor class goes down the better it is. So you see my guys to the front there. I wonder if I can blow that up. I can blow that up after a minute here. So, ooh, yeah. So the three guys in the front are the only ones that can take damage. So that's where you want to put your tanks, and you want to invest heavily into your armor class there, because if the enemies can't hit you, they can't damage you. But if I go in here, I can show you, basically inspect the character. So you've got an alignment. You've got your actual class as fighter, and the classes are very similar too. You've got a fighter, you've got a thief, you've got a wizard, you've got a cleric. Then you've got some specialty classes like a samurai, a lord, a ninja, and I don't know, something else I'm sure I'm missing. But basically every character you have here, and this is their equipment. So once again, if you played old D&D, it was shield +1. That's how it denotes, like, it's a magic shield and it's a +1 shield. You know, this is my other character. He has short sword +1. This character's got shield +1 again, and then leather armor +1, and shield +1 for my thief, and then robes and rod of flame. So it's very similar to D&D, and it is tough. It's hard as hell, tough as nails. But if you like old D&D and you like dungeon crawlers, you really got to give this one a try. Now, I don't know if you can get it on physical media or not, but you can get it in the PlayStation Store on PlayStation 4. Probably you can get it on PlayStation 5 as well. I don't know. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I don't do PlayStation 5 that well. There's still only 2 games I want for it, so until there's more games I want for PlayStation 5, I'm not going to make that upgrade. Call me stubborn, but it's just the way it is. Actually, I think I'll stay on floor 8 here. So I've been building these guys up. I'm trying to build them up so I can get down. The whole point of this is to get through all 10 levels of the maze, and basically you've got to beat the boss at the end, who's a wizard who stole some amulet from the Mad Overlord, who's the overlord of the lands above, like the village and town above. I assume that the amulet's somewhat magical or something. It's whatever. It's a simple story. It's basically go get this, but like I said, it's not a simple game. It's very tough as nails. So yeah, like I said, if you like D&D, give this one a try. I'll show you a spell here. Maybe it'll go off before these guys get killed. Yeah, there we go. There's a flame spell. But it's a really cool game, and a lot of the quality of life stuff really makes the game playable. Like, I played the original, and I played it on the NES, because it was also on the NES, as well as Apple II. But I played it on the original NES. It's kind of a game I forgot about. Because it was so hard that I remember on the original NES, I didn't even get anywhere near the 10th bottom level on this maze. I might have gotten to the 2nd or maybe 3rd level down. It was that tough. It's just a really tough game. Those magic users, by the way, have got to go. So I'm gonna have to hit them hard. Yes. Uh-oh. See, the problem with magic users is they have spells like mine that hit your whole team. And if you've got that many on there, that's a recipe for game over. If they really wanted to cheap out on you. Thankfully, they're not cheaping out on me. That guy attacked. That was the stupidest move ever. Alright. That should finish the match users off. Yes. So, as you imagine also, you don't just run into, like, humanoid creatures. You run into dragons, you run into undead, you run into spirits and gas clouds and slimes and all kinds of stuff besides just your typical humanoid, like those guys are all humans or whatever, human-like creatures. And, you know, you run into kobolds and goblins and other things like that, orcs, ogres, But you do run into the full gambit of fantasy creatures down here in this dungeon. So the only use for a thief is to unlock the chests. It really is the only use. It's pretty sad, but that's the way it goes. So somebody got some armor. There it is. So one of the things my bishop here can do is identify leather armor. Who cares, right? Big deal. Thanks a lot. Not even magic. So, like I said, this game's a lot of fun. If you like this kind of game, it's really worth playing. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. But if you played the original, if you're an old guy like me, and you played the original, whether it was on the Apple II or the NES, give this one a look. It's got the nostalgia value, despite the quality of life improvements, and of course, it's actually playable. You don't have to sit there and draw out a map on stupid graph paper. You don't have to keep track of all the stuff on paper you had to do before, like which enemies are tough, which aren't. You get a little profile here of the enemies you can bring up just by hitting L2. You know, and you get a bestiary. There's all kinds of things you get in this quality of life improvements, but really, it's nothing that is makes the game drastically easy. It just makes it playable. Whereas the other one was so tough and so hard to get through that it was, like I said, it was almost unplayable. I could never get anywhere in the original. Exploding box, okay. There we go. Alright, I got stuff. Wow, okay. That's not that good, but whatever. It is what it is. Identify. Wow, shame deal. Well, let's look here. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, this will equip it, whatever. Who cares? So, that's it. That's my review of Wizardry. It's a fun game. Oh, and the other thing you can do, just to mitigate your losses, so to speak, is if you are exploring the dungeon, your grind, you get more levels, more stuff. One of the things you should do is you should create multiple copies of your game. So if you lose your team, you can load up another version of the last saved version of it. That way, you don't lose your team forever. You just reload the game, and off you go. Just make sure you make another copy. Because, like I said, this is a tough game. One encounter, the wrong encounter, can wipe you out. It's just the way that goes. Anyway, hope you have a good day. Hope you liked the live stream for what it was. It was only a short one, but like I said, I was going to do a video to do a review of this game just because I was excited to see it. Like I said, one of those games I forgot even existed. But, I saw it, I bought it, and I was like, this is a lot of fun. So, if you want an ice cream, or if you want to, sorry, splinters, yes. You got another armor, alright. Yeah, if you like this kind of game, please play it, or please give it a try. It's not the price of a full game, so, and I got it on sale. I got it maybe for $20. So, no, keep it. I want to give it to a party member. Breastplate +1. Well, that's a little better, alright. But not much of a help for me. Yeah. Alright, well, thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I know we had a couple people come in and then leave. But like I said, this is more of a review than supposedly an interactive live stream. So have yourself a great day, and thanks for watching.